Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two in the Cooler. We appreciate you guys listening. We appreciate you guys watching, subscribing, liking, all that stuff. I hate having to say that, Jazz, but I don't know. Everybody does it. I assume it helps, remind people that they are able to subscribe and do that things, because it does help when people do that. But that's besides the point. We appreciate you just checking out the show, listening, watching on YouTube, all of that jazz, Instagram clips, whatever. See, even now, I'm still plugging because it's so ingrained in whatever podcasting is. But that's besides the point. The important thing to me right now is that it's getting a little chilly outside. I'm not a big fan of it, okay? I like a little fall weather. If it gets too hot, that's no good. If it gets too fucking cold like it is right now, that's terrible. So if you want to get cozy, the best thing you can do for yourself or your loved ones is check out snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. That's the word snack, the word spot, letter S, letter E, /creator/teespring.com, or hit the link in the show description and the episode bio. You're going to find merch there for this show as well as Schemin' and Dreamin', because Snack Spot is the name of the company that owns both of these podcasts. You can get sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, whatever you're looking for. We got mugs for hot cocoa or coffee, something to warm you up. Whatever you want, you can get it at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And folks, this is not that shitty merchandise that you're getting from other shows, okay? People buy these cheap-ass brands so that they can sell them for a huge markup and make a big profit off of you while giving you a piece of clothing that is going to, not just shrink but feel uncomfortable the second you put it on. That's not something you have to worry about when you go to snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, because this is Target quality fucking merchandise, guys. The t-shirts? Try blend fabric. Where else are you getting that from? Nowhere. The sweatshirts, I wish I was wearing one right now. They're so comfortable. They're super, oh my god, they're cozy. Cozy is the best word to describe those sweatshirts. So if you're looking for something for that, or if you're looking for a gift for somebody, check out snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com for merch from this show and Schemin' and Dreamin'. Just hit the link in the episode description, also in our Instagram bio. Check it out. Get yourself something that's going to make you look good and feel good. This episode of the podcast is sponsored by 13 Monkeys All-American Whiskey. 13 Monkeys is made right here in Buffalo. It is locally owned, and it is a veteran-owned business. Right now, 13 Monkeys is available at over 30 retail stores in the western New York area, including Buffalo, Rochester, and when you're out on the town, you can go try it for yourself, okay? You can order it at restaurants and bars like Vice, Neat, the Buffalo Chop House, okay? Top-of-the-line places, a top-of-the-line whiskey. For a full list of where you can order 13 Monkeys whiskey, go to www.13monkeys.com. They've given us a sample here. As you can see, a lot of it is gone because we have been really going at this stuff because it's good. Okay, I like it. It's what they gave us is like a mash. It's a blend. But it's great for people that know whiskey and for people that maybe want to know a little bit more, that are kind of feeling themselves out, seeing if they like whiskey. This is the stuff for you. I don't think you're going to go back. It's really good mixed drink as well, which is that's not something you find in a whiskey of this quality, is that it's actually good if you wanted to mix it. That's why I'm saying whether you're super into whiskey or not, 13 Monkeys is the way to go. And got some good news for you. If you want to try it out for yourself, you can go check out 13 Monkeys at the Loaded Lumber Holiday Spectacular Market. They're going to be there until December 23rd. Admission completely free. And the hours are Tuesday through Friday from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday through Sunday from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Go check out 13 Monkeys. Again, www.13monkeys.com. Drink to honor. Drink responsibly. It's the holiday season, and grocery stores fucking suck. So why not avoid all of them and use Instacart? That is the best way to do it, folks, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, okay? Let's say you Can you imagine? This has happened to everybody. You pull into the driveway, it's cold, it's snowing, all of a sudden you forget. You realize that you forgot something at the grocery store. Oh my God, I have to turn around and go back. No! Save yourself that trouble. Make life a little easier and just use Instacart. The best part is right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first purchase of $10 or more. All you got to do is spend $10 and they will deliver it right to your house absolutely free. Make life a little easier on yourself and start using Instacart today. So
Logo's gone.
Yeah, logo's gone. That means it's time to start the show.
Logo's off, boys.
Man, Pee Wee Herman. I feel like he was a guy. Pee Wee Perman. I think that Pee Wee was a guy who really knew how to start a show. I feel like that show, which I've never seen.
Like that? Is that how he did it usually?
Yeah, usually he would do some sort of variation of that to get the show started. Or like that talking chair would go.
Did he get a talking chair? We should get a talking chair. A real one.
They're too expensive, man. You have to pay scientists like millions of dollars to get a talking chair. It costs a lot of money.
Jeffrey, if you're listening to us, please give us a talking chair. Bezos.
You think, so Jeffrey Bezos for sure has whatever the most expensive Japanese toilet is, he definitely has it.
It depends. Some people with a lot of... No,
he absolutely
hear
does.
me out.
Okay.
Some people that have fuck you money, even people with just a lot of money, there's little things in their life that they still like to do like average people. Not everybody. And shitting might not be one for Bezos, but it might be. And because it is for some people. Like some people want to have everything that money can buy, but they want a regular toilet. Because they want to be able to sit down on that toilet just like anybody else and just take
like an average Joe.
Yeah.
Well, then he should just shit into a Gatorade bottle like his fucking employees have to do. You know what I mean?
No. Do you think anybody's ever shit into a Gatorade bottle?
Matthew,
not like have they ever.
Name any object. Yeah. Name any object, and I guarantee you people have shit in it. Gatorade
I'm trying
bottles,
to think of a I know
boxes,
somebody has, but
your sister's mouth. They've shit in all of them.
I don't have a sister. I only have a brother. That would be you. So that means somebody shit. You've had shit in your mouth.
The transitive property does not work that way.
It does. Listen, I'm saying because Gatorade bottle obviously wider than a water bottle.
Yes,
but
still not super wide.
No,
but. It depends on how big the poop is.
Yeah, now that we've talked about poop, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you get my Christmas present already?
Yes, but I might switch it up because I'm not sure that you...
What are you going to do with the first one you got me?
I'll probably still give it to you, or I'll keep it for myself, but I might switch it up because I'm not sure you'll be as excited about it because I got it, a long time ago, and I'm not sure you'll actually be as excited about it as I want you to be.
Is it a date with... Vin Diesel?
No.
Nicolas Cage?
No.
I got your Christmas present. Well, now that sucks because this ruins the whole where I was going with this.
Okay. Why? Do you want me to say that I didn't get it for you?
No, I wanted you to say that you did. And
okay. I did. Yeah.
But I wanted you to guess what I got you for Christmas, and I was going to see if I guess what you got me for Christmas.
I know what you got me for Christmas.
What I get you for
Some
Christmas?
kind of Lego.
No, but you have to be specific.
A Star Wars Lego.
No.
A Harry Potter Lego.
No.
You didn't give me the Big Bang Theory Lego set, did you?
Maybe. No. I didn't. I maybe didn't get you Legos. Can I lead you there?
I guess so, but I think you did.
I don't know. You have to guess it. If you guess what I got you, I'll say yes.
Spider-Man Lego.
No.
I hate this game. This is not fun for me.
Well, I wanted to try to guess what you got me because
please go ahead. You can just do that. You don't have to
No. I wanted you to guess, but I also wanted you to guess. I wanted you to guess. I was also going to take a turn guessing.
Okay.
But I have absolutely no clue what you would have got me based off of your minute description.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't really give you one. It was. Do you want me to give you clues?
No, I don't want clues. I was hoping you were going to say I got you something, and I was going to try to guess it.
Okay, yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
got it.
But I have no guesses now.
Well, I mean, it'd be tough to guess in the first place. It'd be very difficult. But I will say, I think my track record since we started the podcast, honestly, for gifts for you has been really good. Because your birthday, Darren Page cameo, shout out.
Oh, unreal.
The High Noon fucking thing.
That was Christmas.
And then the Vampire Diaries blanket. Yes.
Was this year's birthday, right?
Was this year's birthday, yes.
And also you got me the mug, the Nicolas Cage mug.
Oh, yes, but that was just like I didn't
remember if that was for something.
Nope. I'm just a very generous guy, so I thought I'd toss that your way. Plus, I thought it'd be fun if we both had one.
I should bring that into my desk at work.
Yeah, you should. I can't believe you haven't already. Man,
I have not one thing on my desk at work. Just nothing.
I like that though. You can't show people that you have.
No, I would like to. I just
can't show people you've got a heart. Something that they can latch onto. I never had a desk until we put that one up. Never had a desk my other two jobs. I'm glad I got one now.
That's all I had to talk about for the whole show.
Yeah, I figured that was about as much as you were bringing to the table today. But so
speed round, go.
With last week's episode when we had Andrew on talking about football cards, I've been really Andrew was one of the guys that I played D&D with. Yeah. So he and I have been planning some stuff. What?
Dixon Dingleberries.
Dixon Dingleberries. We've been playing Dixon Dingleberries for a couple years, and we've got some stuff going on with that now. So I'm kind of diving back deep into it.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and I want to know what it would take for me to get what I would have to do to get you to play one round of D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Really?
Here's the thing about I would. But you'd have to come very, very, very prepared.
Well, that's a big part of the game.
Because
in general.
Anything that I would want to do, you'd have to plan for. I understand that's the game. But I'm not guaranteeing that I'm doing anything that has any relevance with what the storyline's going to require me to do.
Right, which is also a huge part of the game.
I understand that.
Uh-huh.
And for example, a podcast I listened to, they brought on one of the most famous dungeon masters. He's got a PhD in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Cool, not sarcastically, a very cool guy. And they would play, and it was awesome. They would do parts of their podcast like that every so often. They'd put in another chunk of it. And it was super entertaining, and it was funny as hell because they would just, think of something and do it. But I need you to be as prepared as that guy was.
Yeah.
You're acting like that's super easy. He's obviously one of the all-time greats of.
I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily be DMing for you. We would get somebody who potentially knows more. Also, I mean, you have it's the coming up with stuff is such a big part of the game that's not really a big deal.
So we would, man. If we'd have somebody else do it, and I want how many? Not just us two though.
No,
on a quest. A journey? What is
it called?
A campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do a campaign. I'd fucking murder you, though. That's the first thing I'd do.
That's okay.
I'd carry around your teeny shrunken soul in my back pocket.
See, that I don't think you'd be able to do. Well, because it'd be a very specific kind of magic that you'd have to have. Yeah, but if you always start at level 1. At level 1.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you wouldn't have that ability.
I'd kill you. I'd level up. And then I come back and get you, and I put you in my pocket.
I would also be level 1, so you would not get enough experience by just killing me to do that.
Did you listen to what I just said?
I think so.
I would kill you.
Yeah.
I would go level myself up, and then I'd come back to where I killed you.
Got it.
And I'd get your mini soul and I'd put it in my back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'd put you on my shoulder. And you could, like, talk to me and, like, try to tell me, like, your opinion of things, but I would never listen. I would almost exclusively do the opposite of what you said.
That could be fun.
That's just a working theory of kind of how I would run the... You know what? So, see, literally I said, make sure I can do everything I want. And the very first thing I said, you said, well, I don't know if you could do that.
Well, because... No. Oh, my fucking God,
I understand it, but no. Like, I want to be able to do what I can do. I know I have to go level up, but so
eventually you would be able to do that.
So maybe I'll keep you around for a little bit. I'll help you level me up.
Sure.
And I'll be like, I'm not going to kill you, Andrew. And then I'm going to fucking kill you.
Which is fine. Again, all part of the game. You can do whatever you want, but there are legitimate consequences, and you have to be sure to have the ability to do the things you want to. But if you have all of that, and you can get all of that, you can do whatever you want.
And I'm a master with the die in my hand.
Oh, really?
20s only.
Nat 20s, baby. At least you know that much. God, it's such a fun game. I'm excited to get like back into it.
20s only.
I saw, man, I did see one thing today that there's some like SpaceX astronauts up at the old International Space Station. The toilet's broken up there, man.
Gatorade bottles.
Gatorade bottles. We solved it. That was so easy.
Yeah, fucking Elon, what are you doing, bro? Give me a call.
Their toilet is
broken. Take me out to dinner.
Their toilet's busted, so they've been wearing diapers for like the last week, and they also
do they super glue the diapers around their waist?
I don't. There's one more element to this story that I just want to add is that so their toilet is busted. They have to wear diapers. They happen to be the first people in space to grow hot chili peppers. And that is what they have had to eat, is like tacos with the hot chili peppers on them. Nightmare scenario.
Yeah. Elon's fucking with them.
Somebody might be, but I guess they interviewed one of them or a couple of them, and they were like, yeah, it's just something that happens. Like
pooping, just hot, pooping. Soupy poop in our pants. Too much poop talk. You got anything else poop related? Because let's get out of the way now.
Let's see. No, I got nothing else poop related necessarily.
We move on from poop.
But I can't believe they even packed diapers in the first place. Do you have to wear diapers during the launch? Probably, right? I mean, maybe you don't have to, but it might be a good idea to. Yeah, but how long does that even take?
The launch?
Like, how long does it take from the time you strap yourself in to the rocket going up?
Probably a while.
I would feel like 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. You got to sit in that chair while they check everything. That's a long time.
But I think on top of the fact that you're about to get blasted at so many forces into space, the last thing you want to do is be sitting there with poop in your pants while you're doing it. So you're probably pooping before.
Well, sure, but sometimes you can't help it if it comes out of you.
But yeah, maybe you poop. I don't know. I'm so sick of talking about poop.
Okay, we don't have to talk about poop. That's okay. I'm not married to poop. We can move past poop. Did you see Charles Barkley said he named his daughter after a mall?
What mall?
Some mall in Delaware called the Christina or something. The Christina Mall in Delaware.
If you have children, what's your go-to name? First child.
Bill.
Girl.
Bill. Bill's a great name for a girl. Billie Eilish.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think I've told you this before. For a while, I was always thought that I would name my first son William, and I won't do it because I would rather I would do some. I do never want anybody to call him Bill. I would vomit if somebody called him Bill in front of me.
See, I'm the exact opposite. We've talked about this before, which is why I'm surprised. I thought you didn't like the name William.
I like the name William.
You just don't like the nicknames that go with it?
No, I don't want Will. I don't want Bill. I don't want Billy. I don't want anything. I want William.
You think full William is better?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I can't think of too many names that are better long than short. Matthew? Matt is probably better than Matthew, although I only call you both. Matthew, but...
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah.
But I don't most people don't call me Matthew.
Right.
Most people don't even call me Matt, I guess, but, outside of...
Yeah. But I mean, people do call me by my first name, and there's a lot of variations of Andrew. I mean, there's two.
Yeah, but
you got the back or the front.
I mean, I usually call you Andy. Well,
yeah,
I switch it up, but you didn't used to like most people only ever always called you Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Andrew, Drew, Andy, or Sean are the ones. Sean, Andrew's brother used to call me that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yep. But yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you started calling me Andy one day, and it just has not stopped since.
Yeah, I like Andy.
You know what?
I'm a big but other people. I don't call anybody by their real name. Ever.
Yeah,
I've never used a real name in my life.
Yeah, but you would call. I make a big point of that as well. You know what I did make a huge point of when we were. I mean, this was in like high school and stuff, right? If I met somebody named who went by Billy or something like that, I would call him Bill. Because Billy is a child's name and Bill is a man's name. And I feel like if you start getting called Billy when you're like 4 or whatever, and then that carries all the way up until you're like 16, 17, you're looking for a transition.
If you name your son William with the intention of him being called Bill, I'm going to call him Billy.
I would call him Bill.
You're going to name him Bill.
Yeah. Like Bud Not Buddy style.
Well, then I'm going to call him Billy.
That's fucked up, man.
I don't give a shit.
His name's not Billy. It's Bill.
Like when people get young dogs, I like to call them the wrong name because it fucks up dogs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not good. And most people get mad because they're like, no, like I'm trying to teach my dog his name. Stop calling it something else. And it's like, no, like to me, will be your dog's name going forward.
Yeah. Which I feel like eventually the
Once
dog
dogs
will get
are
to a
really,
point,
really trained. If you're like their owner, they know when you're talking to them. You call them whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Cats don't
like
know
Chris
their
McKeown
names, right?
I've been on the fence about this lately.
Really? Because
I've heard that cats are smarter than we think. We knew
probably,
that. Yeah. And I've heard that, like, I know that people have cats that 100 million % know their name. Like, without a doubt, you call this cat by its name, it's going to pay attention to you. I think a lot of cats just have such a disregard and lack of respect for humans that what you name them means nothing to them. Like, they know when you're talking to them. Like Seinfeld, he knows that we call him Seinfeld.
Seinfeld is the name of our cat.
He knows that we call him Seinfeld. He could give 2 fucks. And he loves us. Like, he's a very friendly cat. But in his mind, he's like, I don't give a fuck what these people call me. I'll acknowledge them when I feel like I should acknowledge them.
Cats are so different around people, though. You ever see those videos of cats when they're, like, alone and, like, the sound that they make? Cats, the cat, like a meow, right? Mm-hmm. Like a little meow. That's cats trying to imitate the sound that people make.
Yeah.
So when cats are alone, you can look up these videos. They, like, bark and shit. They, like, sound completely different. And then, so there's videos of, like, a cat by itself, and it doesn't know there's people around. And it'll, like, be barking or making this, like, crazy noise. And then person walks in. As soon as they see the person, they go back to meowing like a cute little meow like a cat. Cats are devious little things.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's fucking with you.
Dude, I saw the video.
A cat's never barked.
A cat... I guarantee you there's cat barking videos right now. I bet you there's a whole subsection of TikTok that's about cats barking.
I could make a cat barking video. It would probably take me 20 seconds. I would take a video of a cat, and I would take a sound clip of a dog barking, and I would put it on the fucking cat.
I don't have faith in your editing skills enough to do that.
Yeah, but it's possible, and there's people out there that are a lot better at editing than me, and those are the videos you're watching. Cats don't bark.
Dude, I've seen that.
What does a cat say?
Because yes, we know what a cat says, but that's what cats say when they're around us.
No.
This is the real version of if a tree falls in the forest, blah, blah, blah.
No.
Yes.
I was just waiting for you to try to tell me that cats barking, and I was going to say cats don't
I
bark.
swear to God, cats bark. God is my witness. I swear turkeys could fly.
Big religion guy over here.
Yep.
Andrew is.
Can't get enough. Can't get enough of that sweet
He's
G's.
lived his whole life in the name of the Lord. You're fucking disrespectful. You.
To cats?
To God.
Oh.
And cats.
I don't think she'll mind. That one's just,
Holy
that
Grail?
one's just for the folks at
Mary
home.
Magdalene.
R.I.P.
The Da Vinci. Oh, such a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Still have not seen it.
The Da Vinci Code. You've
Yeah.
never seen any of the three.
No. I've seen parts of it. I know what the code is on the codex.
What is it?
Apple.
Maybe.
It is.
I don't know.
It 100% is. I mean, spoiler alert for the Da Vinci Code.
No, you're thinking
Shout
of
out to
Good
Tommy
Will
Hanks.
Hunting.
Oh, man. That'd be great. God damn, that movie's fucking good.
What's good about it?
About Good Will
I'm just
Hunting?
kidding. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, I know it is.
Yeah.
I thought we were just going to talk in general about what's good about it.
Banana.
The acting and the writing. But God, put
No.
the Hey Arnold theme in any movie, any scene, and it'll work. Maybe not. I bet. Maybe
The
not
Boy in
like
the
the
Striped
upside
Pajamas.
down boy, dude. Then I would have actually watched that shit. If you had put the Hey Arnold theme in there, then maybe I would actually take a look at that movie. But it's still getting a no from me. I've been thinking about rewatching Schindler's List lately. On that note, but I can only.
I've never watched Schindler's List.
Dude, it's so.
And I probably will never watch it.
It's such a good movie, but I mean, last time I watched it was in 2015, and once in a while I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll watch Schindler's List, and I'm like, no, it's too sad. You ever see the movie Life is Beautiful?
No.
Saddest Holocaust movie of all time.
What do you do? Just watch Holocaust movies all day?
No, but I did take a class on the Holocaust, and that was like a huge part of it. It was just Holocaust movies.
Yeah, for
And it
people
was
who didn't
really
want to take
interesting.
real classes in high school.
I didn't
there's a
have to. I
Holocaust.
didn't have to, so why would I? I didn't have to take them.
What was it?
I didn't take, man.
I don't think I even took like a history class my senior year.
History Come Alive?
No, that was 5th grade.
Mm.
I was William McKinley,
William
25th
McKinley.
president of the United States.
Got it. He could be good for who would win eventually.
You know when you were, you know that like thing that you would do when you were young? I guess not young, but
Yeah.
when you were like
Wet the
taking an
bed.
art class. No.
Oh.
You were drawing something and you
Mhm.
could take a pencil and like color hard on the back of the picture, and then you could
Yeah.
trace the picture onto another piece of paper, and it would outline what you were trying to draw. I was doing that with, I honestly might have even done it with William McKinley's face, but I was definitely doing it with the USS McKinley to put on my thing for History Comes Alive.
Big cardboard board.
And my 5th grade teacher saw it after I had drawn it and was like, oh my God, you are so talented. And I was like, I did not draw this. Like, not even close.
Woo. Oh my God. That's funny. Running a classroom with like a bunch of young kids like that is tough. I feel like a lot of things slip by you, and that is kind of one of them. Like, yeah, I don't know where I'm not saying what I'm trying to say, but
I chime
Boy.
in with the haven't you people ever heard of?
like you can't pay attention to all those kids. So when you do something like that,
Those kids are relevant.
and I think you want to see, you kind of want, like, I feel like if you're a teacher, wouldn't it be so exciting for you to have like a quote unquote gifted child in your class? Don't you? So sometimes you just want to believe. You create your own reality.
Bringing it back to Good Will Hunting, like you want Will Hunting as a student in your class.
Yes.
Like somebody who's just so...
My father laid bricks. Isn't that what he says?
No.
What does he say?
He doesn't say that.
No. Chucky says that. Ben Affleck's character.
Yeah, when they're...
But I thought Matt Damon said that because Ben Affleck is trying to convince him, you got to get out of here. And he's like, what's wrong with laying bricks? My father laid bricks.
Your father laid bricks.
Yeah.
maybe he says it, but he doesn't say, "My father laid bricks."
Oh, I thought that's
like the only line.
Oh, I thought
you
he went
said
big.
It like that was.
I thought he went big. I thought he was getting mad about it because I thought Chucky was like, "What do you want to stick around here and lay bricks?" Matt Damon goes, "Ugh, my father."
Yeah, but I don't. But you said the way you said it was like that was a solo line, like he said, "My father laid bricks," and then he stormed out of somewhere. Like that never happened.
Like he just yelled that at the ponytail guy.
No, he yelled it at the chalkboard after he finished the problem. "My father laid bricks," and then he walked, he walked away. He's like, "Oh, sorry," and then he had to run away from freaking that asshole. I hate that guy.
The teacher.
Mm-hmm. I don't like that guy.
That's I think that's that.
The scene
Skarsgård
in that movie. Oh, there's so many good scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
But the scene where he's talking shit about the painting and he doesn't know that Robin Williams' wife died.
Oh, right.
Is a crazy scene. And the scene, there was another scene that was just in my head and now I forgot which one it was. When Chucky goes to pick him up and he's gone.
Phenomenal.
All time.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the best. Everything about that moment, no words. All you got to is you just have to look at Ben Affleck's face.
You watch him smile.
Yeah. You're like, oh, man.
And he like peeks in there. And
there's like nothing.
And then the one asshole that never has any money always fucking, or he hops in the shotgun right, like he takes shotgun right after.
I can't remember which guy that is. Is that Casey Affleck? I mean, do you know? Like, can you recognize? Like, do you know what Casey Affleck looks like? Okay.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Oh, okay. Get comfortable.
Yeah, it's bedtime. It definitely is because it's not the other taller, gingery bearded.
Yeah.
Also, one question I do have about that movie, if I could ask, like somebody that knew the answer, would be, dude, I'm not going today. When he names off his 7 or 9 brothers, whatever it is, Timmy, Terry, Tommy, Tyler, you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
They never circle back to that. Like, I know they're like, I thought we were going to stay at your house tonight and like meet your brothers. That happens, but then it's like it gets forgotten forever, and she's never like, hey, whatever happened to your...
Yeah, I like that though. Like that, I mean, that's only there to just add a little depth to Will, right?
Does he have those? Are those brothers real though?
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Oh, if I haven't watched that scene in so long, so if I watched it, maybe I could like figure it out.
Because at that point, she doesn't know. If I remember correctly, she doesn't know how smart he is. So asking him to recite all the names, that's not a challenge for him. He obviously remembers what he just said because he's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
Nailed it.
Every ounce of my body, all I want to do is...
Yeah.
But I'm trying.
We'll add a special episode. We'll create a Patreon just so you can do that for an hour and have the people listen to it. It might go very well, actually. People might like that. There's a lot of weird, wacky stuff. You could do it some kind of weird...
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What is one thing... It can be something you've never done. It's probably something you've done before, though. Like, you're like, oh, man, everything sucks. I want to... Boom. What do you want to do? Like, what is that one thing?
Everything sucks?
No, like, yeah, like... Not everything sucks, but you're just, like... You're in a great mood, maybe. And you're like, oh, I just want to do... And it's not other than like lay in bed and watch TV, because that's always nice to do.
Kill myself? Can that be the answer?
You can't kill yourself.
Oh. Not on the list. Oh God! And then it's tough. I don't know. You know, my go-to if I'm like really bad is Legos, which is one of the things I've been thinking about for like the past couple weeks because. Again, assuming that you got me Legos for Christmas and stuff, and it's only because...
Why are you assuming? You shouldn't assume things. You know what happens when you assume?
Because you said a couple weeks ago, I was
about
online.
doing Legos.
Right.
They don't exist.
No, they don't make them.
This water's really full.
Yeah, they fill it up, baby. Walgreens brand water.
Bram,
They fill it all the way to the top. Walgreens, all the way to the top. That's the only way they know how to do it.
Hold the all the way to the.
Nailed it. Phenomenal. Walgreens, not a good place.
That was
for
a wet jeans reference.
I know. I just saw something about that on their Instagram today.
Yeah.
What I was thinking about, speaking of Instagram, I was thinking about this today. So, Instagram models, right?
This water sucks.
There's nothing wrong with this water.
Okay.
Instagram models,
Yeah.
right?
Shallow people.
Sure, shallow people, they can get there's a lot of money to be made just because you look a certain way, right? But how is that really different if that's the base of it? If that's the base of Instagram modeling.
Yeah.
How is that so different from everything that we've been doing since the beginning of our species? We've always, and every species I think does this, rewards desired characteristics, rewards desired gene lines, right?
It's funny that you say this because I was just thinking this. I was just having this conversation before I came here. People, get mad at people like that because they're like, oh, like, that's not fair, like, just because you look better than people. But it's like, but everybody that's good at something, it's the same thing. Like, everybody that has a talent, right? Like, you could say that about anything. Yeah, that's
True.
kind of what, and you're right, characteristics is a good way to put it. Like, people aren't like, oh, we hate people with good work ethics because they're good workers, but we're like, we hate people that look good because they look good.
Sure.
Like, it's a part of somebody.
But I think with, certain talents and those things, I think we just oftentimes assumed that those are learned. In one perspective, these Instagram models and stuff are getting a lot of money for
something that
nothing that really has to do with them.
That hasn't been earned.
That hasn't been earned, sure. That's a good way of putting it.
So this goes even further to my point. I guess I'll say the conversation that came up that I was in earlier with somebody was, like, people, and they said this to me, and I don't know where they heard it, but I've never thought of it like this. They were like, a lot of the people that, are always out here trying to cancel people for making a mistake are the same people who want, like, all this prison reform and want to let all these people out of prison.
Right.
So it's like, you're talking about people who have, like, done, like, things that are illegal enough to wind them up in jail, and you want to let them kind of go scot-free and become reformed, but somebody, misspeaks on a TV show and you're ready to ruin their whole career.
Right.
It's very contradictory based off of an opinion, I suppose.
I mean,
it depends on, it's very circumstantial, but
yeah,
let's generalize it just
Sure.
for a second. And that's not a good way to make a point, but just for the sake of argument here. So it's the same thing, right? People, good looks aren't earned, okay. But it's like, so you expect people to make themselves become a lesser person because you don't want them to capitalize off of the things that they have going for them, right? Like, and I get the earned part of it, but, like, there's people that no matter how hard they work, they're never going to be
sure, but
good at math, right? And then there's people that are naturally good at math and they can make a ton of money because I said that because we were talking about Goodwill Hunting, right? Like,
with what you said a second ago, though, isn't it kind of the same? Like, if somebody is not good looking, you don't fault them for that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing as someone who's good looking. Neither of that, like, that's completely random. Neither of them are responsible for that. yes, one can be more beneficial financially and probably just in life in general. I can take the probably all of that out of that, basically. But should you make somebody feel bad for something that they had no control over just because it benefits them?
Andy, no, you shouldn't. And this is the problem with everything today, I would say. A big majority of it is that life will never be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And people are so caught up on trying to make it fair rather than trying to better themselves. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes. Again, I think circumstantially for sure.
Yeah, I
But-
shouldn't say everybody.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are so concerned on everything being fair because they don't want to work as hard as the person that...
Which I would argue that a lot of the people who are shouting for fairness are doing that because they think that makes them better people. So they're shouting for fairness just because doing that makes them, in their minds and the minds they're trying to change, become the top tier above everybody. So it's not fairness. So even that concept of fairness is distorted.
I don't mean fairness in like equality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously people are people, they should be treated like people. I mean fairness in like when you talk about financially especially, right? Like wealth distribution and stuff like that. Like obviously people live different lives. Life isn't fair. It's the same thing as looking at whether you're born good looking or hideous, right?
Yeah.
That's not fair. But when you are being born, you cannot control that.
Right.
So because you grew up in a different life, you may have different opportunities from a younger age. Yeah, that's not fair. But you're never going to be able to change that completely, because in trying to change that, you're essentially flipping the fairness card. Does that make sense?
No, what do you mean?
So, I'm trying to think of how to articulate it. And I don't mean that because I'm saying like, oh, it's not fair that you're taking people's money. But, you know, at some point in time, if somebody's born into money, somebody earned that money. Like somebody worked for that money. So that money was earned. It might not have been that person. And there's people out there that still fall into that bottom, or not bottom, but fall into the other category where they have this money and they don't want to do anything with it. But guess what? So that means if they're going to be lazy because they have this money, if they're really not going to do anything, eventually it's going to run out. Right?
Right.
And then, you know, down the line, then all of a sudden it flips, right? Whereas, and I know it's hard to see because it might not be your life. It takes
generations.
Yes. But if you're on the other side of the spectrum, but you're like, you know, I want to work really, really hard because I want, and this is what I mean, like when I talk about equality versus fairness, like that's a different part of this, but I mean fairness, right? Like you might not have the same opportunities, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't, that you can just not work hard because you don't have the same opportunity. This is all based on a financial perspective, but it comes from, right, like being, you know, good looking or bad looking.
Sure.
And also that's something that's circumstantial to a lot of people, whereas money isn't something that's circumstantial, right? Like money is you know what I mean?
At a certain point, kind of.
In general, like the majority of people, money is not circumstantial, right? Like unless
I would almost say it absolutely is. As far as like if you live in a town where there aren't any jobs, then even as hard as you work to get to the top level at whatever's available, you still won't have a lot of money.
Okay, so do you want more though, or are you content with the life that you live? Because there's also, you can be content and that's fine.
Sure.
But if you're going to be content, then you can't bitch about other people having more money.
Right.
Because guess what? You can leave that town.
That is, I'm not sure that's true though for everybody. Like, what if you I think this is like I said, same small town. You have one of the highest paying jobs in that town, but it's still not enough money for you to pay for a car or gas or even like a bus ticket or something, you know?
Do you have kids in this situation?
Potentially. I mean, does that even matter, though,
yes.
with what I was saying?
Because
I mean, yes, it matters, but...
We're talking about this from a generational perspective, right? Like,
okay. I mean...
The way
I
here's
was
the thing, I'll tell
kind
you,
of
like,
talking about the beginning of that, though. So even if this person doesn't have kids, though, what I'm saying still stands.
No, because I was talking about it from a generational perspective.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay, but you might not be able to do that stuff, but maybe, you know, you pick up an extra couple shifts and you can send your kid to community college.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And then your kid can, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing is fair, but there's always a choice.
I guess so.
And I know a lot of people, you know, say like that's easier said than done. Without a doubt, you know, I can't sit here and speak on how difficult that is to do, but it is an option. And at some point in time, you know, like somebody had to make decisions and make sacrifices to start that. So it's generational. But I think of it all the time. Like, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but I think all the time, like, I would like my kids to be better off than me.
Sure.
I think a lot of parents feel that way.
I think, yeah. I mean, everyone, really.
But it's difficult to do because you have to do that at the sacrifice of yourself, right?
Yeah.
But that's what I mean when I say there's a choice. So things might not be fair. Yeah, you might not be able to get out. And I suppose if you don't have kids and you're one of one, right, then that's a very difficult thing to do. But it's still not impossible. Okay, because, yeah, you might not be able to afford a car, but if you're working the highest paid job, that's kind of an unrealistic scenario in a sense.
In a sense, but I have no doubt that there are cases like that.
Yeah, okay, but make sacrifices, right? Like, find a way. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, again, right? But find a way. Mm-hmm. Don't pay $7 a month for Netflix, right? For a year.
I mean, that's way too much to ask.
But... There's always a way.
Uh-huh.
It's difficult, and for some people, it's extremely difficult and much more difficult than it is for others. But to bring it back into the beauty thing, like, I don't know if I started this or you started this. Well, I know you brought it up, but I think that, and I'm not. Everybody does it, right? Like, you look at the Kardashians, and you're like, they don't even do anything, right? Mm-hmm. But they've made a pretty fucked up sacrifice, right? And that's been their entire lives have been on camera for the past, 15 years?
Yeah.
Which sounds so dumb because everybody's like, oh, I'd go on a reality TV show right now. For 15 years, it's not easy. And yeah, they've been able to be who they are now because of it. And I'm not at all saying like I like or dislike the Kardashians. You know what I mean? They have no impact on my life, so it doesn't matter. But it's just... That's a big example when people are like, oh, they're pretty, so they have all this money, even though they don't do shit. Like, yes and no. Like, okay, maybe but again, it's kind of generational, right? There's a reason that their name even was a known name in the first place.
Right. What was their dad's name? I feel like their dad's name was Rob also.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Rob worked hard to try and get OJ off.
Yeah, he was a lawyer.
Successfully. And that's why they were able to afford, the house that looks good on camera and the plastic surgery so that they look good on camera. So, yeah, I've actually, for kind of the first time, really started thinking about generational wealth because of that. There's like a new LSU coach, right?
Yes.
And he's getting paid unreal amounts of money.
Yeah, that deal is crazy.
It's insane.
And
did you hear about like
the
the housing shit that he's getting?
They promised him like some crazy amount percent over market value for the house that he has now. Like both his properties, that they'd sell them for like, or they'd buy them from him and then sell them for like X percentage over market value.
That's insane.
And then, he gets,
So he gets a loan from them. Fuck, I wish I could remember the number. It's some insanely huge number to only pay for 20% of the house that he's going to buy.
Yeah. And he gets full access to their private jet.
He gets
24/7.
He gets 50 hours of flying time.
That's it?
Yes. But 50 hours is a lot. Like, how long does it take to get around the world?
For personal use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not... So he doesn't even have to use that when he's...
No.
Yeah.
When he's going around, when he's on business. That's 50 hours of personal use. Like, how long does it take to, get to Paris or something, potentially? Probably
10 hours.
Right.
But you're also... I don't know, maybe shorter, maybe longer in a private, because you probably have to stop and refuel. So
tough to say.
I don't know.
I think it's a good amount of time, but it's
50's plenty.
Yeah, 50's plenty.
Yeah, most people don't even get 50 hours of paid time off in a year, and this guy gets 50 hours of private jet
time.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'd do on a private jet. You can smoke weed on private jets, right? That's what I saw on Entourage.
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure
I guess
do.
I would just do that. Although I don't even really like to smoke weed, so it wouldn't really affect my life at all. Because I'd just, take an edible before getting on the plane. Still be fun, though.
Which you could do not on a...
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it on commercial because you know how much I hate flying.
Me too.
Right, in general. Flying. Not that I've ever flown anything other than commercial, but I feel like it'd be less anxiety-inducing because there's less fucking crazy people in
it's less
pajama pants and tap-out shirts that I have to look at.
Yeah. Woo! Quick chill.
Crazy. I kind of... Again, because of my travel anxiety, I don't do this, but I very much feel compelled to wear a full suit to the airport. Because I think...
People assume you're important.
Yes. Which is the currency of the airport.
Yeah.
Is just the illusion that you are there for a big reason.
I dress comfortable when I'm at airports, but I always look good.
I dress for efficiency. And that...
Yeah, you dress no zippers, no pockets, no belts.
Yes, nothing. Well, I do have pockets, but they're empty. I don't put it... Like, I specifically have plans in place where I don't have anything in my pockets, but I can get to everything very quickly and stow everything very quickly. No laces. No laces gang in general.
Say, have you ever worn a lace?
Well, Tim's are the only shoes that I wear with laces, which is kind of funny because it's like
boots.
The ultimate. No, Tim's have to have laces. It's kind of the ultimate laces shoe. Speaking of all footwear, it's got a lot. It's got a lot of laces.
You don't use the laces, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you tie them up?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I love Tim's, but I don't like that look, the most popular look of just having them untied. I like a tight feel around the ankle. I like a tight ankle.
I'm not saying you got to be Sagadilla style with your Tim's.
Sagadilla.
Shout out to that episode of this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I use the word Sagadilla all the time. I think it's hysterical.
Just to shout it out for anything?
Phenomenal. It's just like a good word. You know what I mean? Like, I know that it's the name of a hat. Well,
maybe. We don't know. That's just a Hub Hayes word.
I was going to say, that's Hub Hayes' word for hat. But it fits like a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Sagadilla.
Phenomenal.
Like if you have a quesadilla and it's slouching when you're trying to move it out of the pan, Sagadilla. Sorry.
No, that's funny.
Who would win the week?
Yeah, let's do it.
You go ahead.
Who would win the week? Presented by 13 Monkeys, All-American Whiskey, Junie from Spy Kids versus Robin the Boy Wonder. Mano y mano, going at it. Anything that has to do with Spy Kids, sign me up. I think Spy Kids I loved it. I think it's funny to talk about it now. If you know what a fucking foogly is
that a thumb
you're
guy?
In with me. No, that's a fucking thumb, dummy. Of course. A thumb is the thumb guy. A foogly is like the things, like the monster-looking things that Fluke creates with the...
So, I haven't put much thought into this yet. Like, I'm going to have to dig deep in my brain.
Yeah.
But sitting here as you announced it, my initial thought was Robin would be anybody in a fight that wears Band-Aids on their fingers. That's the first thing that came into my mind. I don't know. I'm going to have to, mentally.
Yeah.
But initial instinct, that's it.
That's a funny thought. And that's definitely going in the promo.
Yeah.
But Junie obviously is kind of a different case when it comes to that. Sorry about the nose blowing, folks.
Sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
about to really let it go here, so.
Turn around away from the mic. Sounds exactly the same. Junie.
This is why I don't blow my nose.
I was just laughing that you were shaking your head. I also do not blow blowing the nose in public freaks me out. There was this kid in 5th grade. Don't throw it right on the table. That's gross.
What do you want me to do with it? Do you want me to eat it?
No, put it in your sweatshirt pocket.
You gotta get germs on myself.
I mean, we wipe everything down before every episode, but
so wipe the table down.
it's still gross though. Oh God, I can see the mucus. There's a stain. There's a wet spot on the table. Oh, that's disgusting.
Okay.
Oh my God. New fucking COVID variant started
There's
right
no
here.
vid in this room, guaranteed. It's
my
called
God.
a goddamn common cold. And it's petrifying to have a common cold. Because
yeah, scary
everybody
time.
assumes that I'm going to kill everybody. I'm like, listen, I know that I have a common cold.
Yes.
It's okay. We're all going to be okay.
Yes. We know that.
They were talking about the fact that a lot of people have colds on the news today. I'm like, yeah, it's winter. Like, the season just changed. Guess what happens? People get fucking colds.
See, man, you can't get angry at anything like that because that's just the way it is.
Because people are stupid.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
But I really do. Even in non-COVID times, I don't like blowing my nose in front of people because to me, if I'm gonna blow my nose, like I'm gonna let it rip. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm not gonna half-ass blow my nose and try not to disrupt other people.
There was this kid in my 5th grade class, and when he blew his nose, it was like the brass section of an orchestra, and we all made fun of him really bad for it, and I think it might have impacted his life.
Up.
Yeah, it was. It was fucked up. I was fucked up when I was 10, okay? But, I mean, I'm sorry for it now, but there's nothing you can do.
No, you can't go back on that.
Nope,
that
can't
kid,
do it.
That kid definitely doesn't blow his nose in public anymore.
No, I bet you he doesn't, which I guess maybe that's not a bad thing.
No, it's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But
let's get back to the who would win of the
sorry.
week. I mean, we don't
I
have
forgot
to.
I
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's weird because that's not going to be cut.
I know.
So Junie versus Robin. The point about the Band-Aids, though, that like those are out of necessity, and Junie, I think the whole point of his character is that he kind of overcomes that part of himself, right?
Yeah.
Like that fuels him. That doesn't
But his
necessarily
sister's
define him.
the OG badass.
Oh, Carmen, phenomenal.
Like in the movies, I don't mean like like in the world, but like
Yeah.
in the movies, she's the one to watch out for.
Right. She's the one that's got everything to do. Robin
She's-
against Carmen would be a really good fight.
She's the what's it called? That Spy Kids 3.
Wait,
Is that the one where they're
in the video game?
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie fucking sucks.
No.
That movie fucking sucks. That's the worst one, dude. Are you joking?
No, I'm dead serious.
They literally go in
I
order of
haven't-
goodness.
I
It's
haven't
Spy Kids,
seen it.
Island of Dreams, which is actually pretty good. I can understand if somebody likes Island of Dreams better than the OG Spy Kids. I that's okay with me. But Spy Kids 3D Game Over? I don't know if Game Over is in there, but I know it's called Spy Kids 3D. That movie blows, man.
No, that movie.
That's
the
man,
best Spy
what do you
Kids.
man?
I don't remember anything from the other two.
Exactly.
But I know I liked that one. I thought it was so cool. It's like
Because you
Tron.
could put on your 3D glasses.
It's like, no, I don't even want to watch it in 3D. 3D movies are stupid.
They were big, back then.
What was that one?
Zathura? Yeah, that movie is good. Not in 3D.
But they have
Excellent
it in 3D.
movie. Kristen Stewart, Josh Hutcherson, Dax
That
Shepard.
movie's kind of like that kind of like Jumanji, right? Something.
They are like both books written by the same guy.
Jumanji?
Yeah. They're both board game movies. The Thura is the board game in that movie.
Yeah, I knew that.
So there's going to be such a big cut in the Who Would Win of the Week highlight from when we said that to whatever's going to happen next. In fact, I'll reiterate my point so we can get back on it. Junie, the Band-Aids, again, fuel his character. They don't define him. And I think Carmen does kind of take the lead in those movies, but she's older, man. She's kind of already... Junie really has the character progression in that first movie.
Okay, so when you put it like that...
And he's a natural.
When you put it like that, it's a pretty good way of looking at things because they are both sidekicks almost, in a sense. He's not really a sidekick, but then again, Robin isn't necessarily like a sit-back kind of sidekick. Right? Like, so... But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Robin fights...
grown men.
That, like, kill people.
Yes.
And, like, want to watch the world burn.
We don't know what those thumbs would have done had they gotten their thumbs on Junie. We don't really know that. If they were allowed to let loose, we don't know what the thumbs would have done. And they will pay for their crimes.
They would have caused some damage.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're like meatheads. You know what I mean? That's what a thumb
well,
is.
those the thumbs that are their arms are.
Yeah, they're henchmen.
Both go up against henchmen, right? It's kind of a henchman style of fighting.
Yeah. Robin fights henchmen with eyes and a brain, though. And
Junie fights thumb robots.
Thumbs, yeah.
I think that Robin probably has a slight edge, maybe more than slight edge, like martial arts wise, skill wise, because let's just say this is the first Robin. I know that doesn't really matter to you, but I want to specify first Robin, Dick Grayson, who grew up as an acrobat.
Okay.
Junie does, with minimal training, show
he's good
quite a good amount of prowess. Monkey bars.
Well, he's bad at monkey bars, though.
Because of the Band-Aids. That's not why he has the Band-Aids. He's got warts on his fingers.
Oh.
But monkey bars. So Junie was training in a different way because he didn't realize it was training.
What did the Spy Kids' parents, though, were also spies, no?
That's the whole point of the movie.
Yeah, so because they saved their parents in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that little underwater fucking boat thing.
Yeah,
super
man.
Cool. Yeah, and their
now
uncle
flushing
is...
your poop. Okay, quick side note about this. This is staying in the highlight because this is awesome. Their uncle is Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
Cheech is also their uncle at the beginning, but it turns out I'm not really your uncle. If you know the movie Spy Kids, I hope you laughed at that. And
no, I know. I even knew that, and I barely remember the movie.
But I know your uncle.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo plays their other uncle, their real uncle.
Yeah.
That uncle's name is Machete. Spy Kids 1 is the first appearance of the character Machete in cinema. It's kind of like The Secret Origin. You can look that up. It's 100% true. All the Machete movies were after that. That's the first appearance of Machete was Spy Kids, which puts that movie up another notch.
I would assume that the people who made the Machete movies...
Mm-hmm. With Robert Rodriguez, who directed Spy Kids.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That might change my opinion. But I was... Okay, but I'll still stick with this, and you're going to disagree, but I'll say it anyway. I would assume that those movies have two very large demographics, and he came up with the name Machete for Spy Kids.
Yeah.
And was like, wait, that fits you really well if you were to play like a more violent adult role.
That's exactly what happened.
So they have nothing to do with each other.
Well, but that's all. That conversation though of them saying we should make this into another character doesn't exist in that world. Matthew, this is fun for me. Okay, don't ruin it. It's cool. Everybody likes it. Everybody's having a good time except you right now.
Today's episode of Logical Thinking, Andrew is absent again.
But that conversation of them is outside of the cinematic world.
But the movies are unrelated.
We don't know that for sure. We can't say that with absolute certainty. We can't.
I can.
With 100% certainty? No, you can't.
Yeah, I just did.
So I keep having to remind myself that Robin does not have weapons. Let's think about this. If they are pretty evenly matched physically, one, I think that Junie's going to have to go on the defensive for sure.
Yeah.
But Junie is a pretty smart kid, and he's very resourceful.
I wish this was Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Robin.
That guy didn't do shit. He was never really Robin. Fuck that. Fuck that.
But
fuck
he
that.
would beat the fuck out of Junie.
Yeah, because he's a grown-ass man, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a pretty, strong guy at that time. He was built.
Cop. He's a good cop.
He's a good cop. He's a damn good cop. And you know what else? I'm not your uncle. But this Robin...
It doesn't make it any better.
This Robin is, he's a detective, right? He's smart, but I don't know if he... This is a hot take. I'm not sure that Robin is as quick on his feet in a fight as Junie, meaning, because, let me explain. Robin can come up with a solution if, let's say Batman is trapped on...
He's a bit of a MacGyver.
Let's say these are situations where, Batman is, tied to a log and it's heading towards a giant saw, right? In that moment, when Robin has, even if it's 30 seconds, he can come up with some way to save him. Junie, he's thinking, 2 seconds tops to, fight the food. He's coming up with plans really quick.
But I think that Robin would be a better fighter. You saying light on the feet was a bad way to describe
quick on his feet mentally. That's what I mean. Yeah.
But I don't think... But when you say that about a fight, it means that somebody would make slow decisions. So I don't think...
Let's move past that.
No, because I think it's a big...
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think that would mean they make slow decisions while fighting.
Relative to Junie...
No.
That's what I think. I think it's close, but it's a factor.
Has a lot of heart, but we've seen several times in those movies that his heart still doesn't get the job done. Doesn't he have a bad heart? He has a health condition, I'm pretty sure, aside from the warts.
I don't think so. He might have asthma.
Maybe it's not heart.
But I don't think he has any.
Doesn't he get panic attacks?
No.
Oh.
That's crazy.
I thought that happened.
No.
But he's a little scared. He's always scared of things, and Carmen's always like, fucking do it.
Only in
bitch.
The first one. And
no, in the third one too.
No. In the third one, not in the slightest.
She's the guy.
Right.
And he
goes into the video game to save her.
I know, but little does he know that she's the guy.
Yeah, but
that's also a great part of the third movie, that they're just always saying that.
Absolutely.
He's the guy, he's not that. He's the fake guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy. That movie fucking sucks, dude. Nah. That movie is so
Yeah, I'm the guy. No, fuck
that movie
you.
blows.
And then he turns out not to be the guy. He dips, and he
gets
He's
killed.
A hacker.
Yeah.
What are the hackers called? Or no, not the hackers. What are the things that are programmed? Like the people that are programmers. That's literally what they're called. And they try to kill people.
Okay. I kind of remember.
Yeah. Like you don't want to get caught. They're like snatchers. Like you don't want to get caught by the programmers.
Yeah.
They'll take all your coins
and
send you back to level 1.
Was that a Harry Potter reference?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, snuck that.
I'm very impressed.
Uh-huh. Take all your coins and send you back to level 1. Snatchers, man.
Ultimately, I think this would be a really fun fight. I think that Robin would see a lot of potential in Junie, but I do think he'd ultimately beat the shit out of her.
He would be like, I can change you, and they'd be like, one of you has to die, and Robin would be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Junie...
Robin might...
But I want to say, I don't think that Junie would back down so easily.
No, I think that if necessary, Junie would kind of try. See, I think he would kind of back down. I do.
I don't think so.
But I don't think he would win regardless of what he brought into that fight. He's like 12 years old.
Yeah, so is Robin.
That's also a factor. Robin's not that young. Robin's like a...
No, dude, Robin's a little kid. Batman was very irresponsible.
No, he's a little bit older.
No, he's like a young kid. Like, look, comic books. Look up how old he was in the comics. I feel like he was 10. And Junie was probably Junie was maybe 11 when that, because he was at this, Junie was probably 11 in the first Spy Kids. So you got 10-year-old Dick Grayson, still a killing machine. Yo, what's up?
What's post-Final Crisis?
Well, that's...
How old is Dick Grayson in the comic books?
How old is Dick Grayson when he first appears in the comic books?
The answer actually varies depending on which comic you're talking about. When he first becomes Robin in issue 38 of Detective Comics back in 1940, Dick is, final guess?
10 years old.
Younger.
He's 8?
Yeah.
What? He's in 3rd grade?
He's an 8-year-old.
Dude, that kid can't even fucking multiply. He doesn't know his times tables.
What's his name? Jumi? Was that close?
Junie.
Junie wins this fight. I didn't know Robin was an 8-year-old. Robin's a pussy. Jumi.
Oh my god.
Junie wins this fight. Robin has no chance. He is a 3rd grader.
If Robin
Stephen Hawking could have beat up a 3rd grader,
and he did many times at those strip clubs. But if Robin is 8 years old, then Junie's got a good chance.
No, Junie wins this fight, guaranteed. Do you know how little 8-year-olds are?
They're really small.
They're small humans. No.
I was going to say, should we double check Junie's age? But I'm pretty sure we're spot on with like 11 because 12, he and Carmen were going to the same school, so I assume that he's like 11 and she's in like 6th grade and she's in like 8th grade.
Yeah,
that's what I think. So,
how old was
in that
Junie?
case? Yeah, Junie does. Junie. I mean, Junie could beat up an 8-year-old, but that 8-year-old still was beating up grown men. What did you see? What do we got?
Junie was only 9.
What? Oh my god!
Look at that little kid.
That looks so much. Shout out to Zach Roberts.
That's funny.
Looks exactly like him. Oh, dude. So that's still closer. I'm gonna stick with Robin for this fight. I think Dick Grayson, with that little bit of Batman training, I think he's got him.
I'm gonna also switch back to Robin.
Mm-hmm. Because when it's that close,
yeah, the ages are closer than I thought.
Puberty was really the deciding factor of this fight.
Once I found out that Robin was only 8.
Yeah.
Because I thought for sure Robin was gonna win. I thought he was a teenager. And then when I found out he was 8, I was like, there's no way Junie loses this fight. Apparently, Junie's only 9.
That's unbelievable.
I don't know if... I mean, now we're just making 2 8- and 9-year-olds fight. But I'll take Robin, too, now. Because of the Batman stuff, Right. Even again, just a little bit. I really do think, I think it'd be a good fight, though. Now
honestly,
that I know their
I think it'd be a good fight.
Ranges, I guess, but Robin is still like a superior fighter in the sense where like he does a lot of hand-to-hand combat with like adults and bad people, and he wins most of the time.
Right.
Like he usually.
I mean, as far as henchmen go, which henchmen at this point,
he smacks henchmen.
Henchmen at this point for both of them has really been their
bread and butter.
Exactly.
Their forte.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Robin too. Yeah, I'm gonna take Robin.
That's one of my favorite matchups we've ever done. This fight got honestly
weirder by the second.
Yeah.
Because I had no clue that Robin was 8.
That's crazy, man.
But at the end of the day, like again, it really comes down to the Band-Aids, like because of their age. Like you don't see Robin chucking Band-Aids on.
That's true, because he's so light on his feet, as opposed to quick on his feet. He's so light on his feet that he never needs Band-Aids.
Yeah.
Whereas Junie, I mean, even if Junie was that fast, he'd still get those warts.
Junie. All right, what do you got for me? So that's a 2-0 sweep, Robin.
Yeah.
Vote on that on our Instagram. For those of you who don't know, and this should be in the clip so that people know this when they're voting, Robin is only 8 years old.
8 years old.
Because you need to know that information. I don't think that there's
it played a factor when we were talking about
besides like you and Mark and a few other people that read a lot of comic books. would know that Robin's 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Mark knows that because he likes Batman. Isn't that like one of his go-to comic books?
Yeah. Shout out to Mark. I want to have him back on soon. I miss talking to that guy.
Talk about how Robin's only 8 years old and how there's no way he could ever win a fight against a supervillain.
Honestly, yes. That is all I want to talk about.
All right. So vote on that on Friday on our Instagram. Make sure you realize that Robin is 8 years old. Junie is 9 years old. Junie with an N and not Jumi with an M.
Not Jumi. Junie. June you.
Andy, what do you got for me?
Geez, I mean, I'm still kind of getting over how irresponsible Batman was. That guy was
No, I see him in a different light now.
You know,
the crazy thing is that Batman was fine with letting an 8-year-old fight his fights.
Right.
And
you know what?
The new Batman won't even let a very masculine police officer, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who is not only old but was also an orphan when he was young, he won't even let him be Robin.
Well, he kind of did.
Eventually.
At the end. But he wasn't asking to be Robin.
But I feel like Batman was just walking down the street one day.
Lower your mic a little bit.
Was just walking down the street one day and saw some kid playing stickball and was like,
well, he was at, you know how Robin became Robin?
Hoop stick?
Yeah, hoop stick. That's just what it's called.
Okay.
You know how Robin became Robin?
He was playing hoop stick?
He was playing hoop stick.
No, how?
His family was in the circus. They were trapeze artists.
Yeah.
And his parents died. They were sabotaged.
I didn't know that.
Well, because it's in the one Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Where Chris O'Donnell is doing laundry karate. And, like, Alfred is like, this guy is really flipping his fucking shirts around. I bet he could be Robin. Those movies really depended a lot on Alfred.
Alfred's a great character.
Would Alfred, I just want to, Josh, you probably know this. Would Alfred be considered like a MacGuffin in that way? I can never get the definition of that word right. But he's kind of like a little bit. I feel like.
What's a MacGuffin?
It's like something that's. Tell me if I'm getting this wrong because I know I'm going to. But it's like something. It's something like very. Convenient in the movie that allows for like a bunch of other stuff to happen.
So it's like kind of like a scapegoat in a movie. So you don't not scapegoat. Scapegoat was the wrong word. It's like an easy out for the movie to flow.
Sure.
Because you have somebody who can push the pace, but it's not out of character for them.
Right. It's
even though their character.
Well, it can be objects. It can be like a fucking kill switch, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
But Alfred in those movies,
it's an easy out.
Easy out. Alfred in those movies, like, he's just making suits for everybody. He's like, I had this suit made for you. I'm doing Michael Caine Alfred, which I did not mind.
That was
one.
pretty good.
That was actually pretty good. That was an accidental Michael Caine.
Yeah, no, that was you kind of nailed that.
But he was like just making suits for everybody. Like Robin discovers the Batcave and he's like, I conveniently made a suit for you, like this silicone bulletproof fucking suit, and he does it in the one after that as well, Batman whatever the fuck it's called with
Rise of
Uma
AIDS.
Thurman. Did you say Rise of the AIDS?
Yeah, because it probably came out in like the 70s 80s.
What? No,
I don't know, I was just making that up.
Oh, okay.
Is that when AIDS was a thing? Radio Gaga. Radio. That's what I think of
when you think of AIDS.
Yeah.
Oh, because that was at the fucking AIDS. benefit,
AIDS
right?
Africa.
What?
That's
what?
Yes. Queen wasn't gonna. Haven't you ever seen Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes.
That's the one he played in.
But it's not called AIDS Africa.
Yeah, they did. It was like a world tour. They did them differently, and he did AIDS. There was more than one concert. He did AIDS Africa.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You ever feel like that's a little when bands or big famous people do things like that? It's a little off base.
Well, because all these people are going because they want to see the bands, and not because they support the. Is that what you're saying? Because I could see that.
It just seems.
I don't think it's off base for the band. If that's off base for bands back in the day, then everything that any celebrity's ever done in the 20th century or the 21st century, whatever we're living in, is so off base because everything they do is using their platform, right?
I guess it depends on.
So that's pretty much all those people were doing, and at least then they were like selling tickets to do it.
Right. It all depends on, I guess, how much money actually went to the cause.
I think all of it. I don't think they got paid to play those shows.
So. Maybe they didn't, but how does that stadium get built?
I was going to say, I'm sure it costs
money. What way does it go through,
Okay, but again, unfortunately that's just life, Andy. Or unless they had volunteer workers donate their time and equipment to set up to set up the stage, because the stadium's already there.
Well, that probably had to be a union, so you have to pay those guys.
If it was, it could have been a private contractor that was doing it.
Sure.
As volunteer work for the cause. If not, but that's the cost of living, they call it, right? Like,
it just seems
it's just like anything. Like when
I don't know.
I don't know this for sure, but if you start a GoFundMe, I would almost guarantee you that GoFundMe gets a percentage of the money that's...
One of them does. If not GoFundMe, what's the other one? Kickstart? OnlyFans? Yeah, I think OnlyFans takes a little bit off the...
OnlyFans definitely takes
a little bit off the top.
Yeah, good reference. Good joke.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't...
Let's see. Poop,
Batman.
AIDS, we covered everything.
Yeah. And Batman.
And Batman.
And
Big
Spy
three.
Kids.
And Spy Kids. Definitely the fourth addition to that whole table.
I'm going to have to figure out a way to rewatch Spy Kids 3D.
Oh, my God. I mean, I'm sure you can get it on Amazon without, like, the 3D parts. What is cool is that the DVD did come with, like, 3D glasses that you could put on while you were watching it on the portable DVD. Zathura? Zathura wasn't in 3D, man.
Yes, it was.
Also, we didn't have the DVD for it.
We watched it on that portable... You know what I'm talking about? The
portable DVD player. We never watched it on there.
Yeah, I did. In your bed.
That's not true. Zathura?
Oh, yeah.
Zathura.
Did the end of that movie was like it was a kid in bed and there was a little rocket ship like on his wall or something?
I don't know. Probably. That sounds like it. It was a space movie.
Yeah, I definitely watched that on a portable DVD player in your bed.
Well, I wasn't there.
Because you know who had the DVD? The Asklars.
I was just going to say Noah probably did.
I don't even know if he was there. I watched it in your bed. You may not, now that I think about it, you may not have been there. Like, you might have been at a sleepover, and E.T. was getting up in my business in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And I went.
I think you had your
current bed. But you got that when we were pretty young.
Yeah, younger than I always remember.
And you still had that comforter.
Yeah, which I'm glad is gone now because it did get gross.
Never one time when we lived at that house rearranged your room. Your room was the...
Oh, that's not true at all.
From the time you got that...
Yeah, I did move it. Well, I moved it very soon after we got it, though.
Oh. Where was it beforehand?
Just on the other wall. I just pivoted it, basically. That's all.
But was it still long way? Was it still short ways, or was it long ways across your room?
It was...
Was it facing the door, or was it facing the... Like, was it the same direction your bed's going now?
No.
It was like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So your bed is against this wall, facing your closet.
Yeah.
Was the bed still facing your closet?
It was against this wall.
So it wasn't facing your door. It was facing where your bed is now.
But it was in this corner.
The house doesn't exist anymore.
I hate talking about this.
Why?
I don't know.
I was curious.
But
it is dumb. Nobody cares.
It was relative.
Not one person cares.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah.
What do you got for me? Last thing, if you have one.
Jeez. It freaks me out when you put me on the spot like this.
Well, you should be better at doing your job.
I was bringing fucking astronaut diapers to the table. I had things to talk about,
Well, if you have nothing... half the time I say that, I'm like, I'm waiting for you to say, yep, I got nothing. So I can
but I don't I don't like it to seem like I have nothing.
Well, usually
so you have to... I think you should just... leave. Although if you wrap it up, then sometimes it's like get to something I want to talk about.
Usually
but if that's the natural flow of the show, then that's the way it is.
But usually I'm like, all right, it's about time. And you're like, oh, I got this thing. So that's me asking you, do you have a thing before we end? But
I think that's better than what else you got, right?
No, because not in my mind.
Interesting. I can understand that.
Because to me, like, I can see things that you can't see from sitting right here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, do you have anything else, or should we wrap up?
Sure.
Is that how you... I don't know how, you know what I mean? There's no way of politely saying, like, hey, are you ready to end the show?
I think there's some way, but also...
Because it's not me wanting to end the show. It's me,
considering the time.
Yes.
Which is something else that's just a difference between us in general.
Yeah, because you're like, we should just go till we can't talk.
Yeah,
Andrew,
absolutely.
You know that we could sit here and do this forever. It would never end.
Sounds good to
and
me.
There's just no reason for these people to listen to anything that we've taught. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, do you got anything? No. The answer was no. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Bada bing, bada boom.
But sometimes that's fun.
Byron!
Oh, my God. Screaming into the microphone.
I got to blow my nose, too, so we might as well.
All right, let's get out of here then. We'll wrap it up right there before another emission comes out all over the table.
Yeah. I don't even know why I brought tissues. We got a perfectly good table right here. Andy.
A little staticky. It's all right.
I love you.
I love you, too. Thanks for doing it with your sickness and all. Thanks for listening, folks.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to Josh. We appreciate you, pal. And we'll get out of here. Thanks, folks.